If you look at the depictions of teenagers in television today, they're kind of selfish, avaricious, out for themselves. They're also kind of confident and sassy and cool, and they're really, really at home with sex and drugs. If you look at portrayals of teenagers in the 70s in, say, something like Children of the Stones or The Changes, they're really terrified of the world, and they're uncomfortable and alienated and alone. And I think that is much truer to what it's really like to be a teenager than the way you see them in Skins. Children of the Stones is set in a village with a prehistoric stone circle about it in the mid-70s, 1976, where an astrophysicist has to go and do some research there with his son, Matt. And they gradually uncover this conspiracy where everyone in the village is being taken over by a kind of mind ray, which is connected to a black hole in space. Henrik in Children of the Stones is an astronomer gone bad who's using his power for evil. And he realises pretty quickly on that Matt is his intellectual equal and the force that he has to vanquish to hold control of the village.
Very perceptive, that son of yours. Perceptive and formidable.
Changes begins with images of buildings falling down, stuff exploding and hills collapsing over this weird kind of mid-70s German progressive rock soundtrack. It's about a sudden fit of madness that overtakes Britain where all the adults decide that all machines and technology have to be smashed, and then they flee. And Nikki, a teenage girl, gets left behind by her parents and has to try and look out for herself in this world where all values have been overturned.
You shouldn't be here. Everybody's gone from here. Either gone or died.
Died?
Skins opens with loads of shots of funky young people, proceeds to depict their vile, selfish, misogynist lives with kind of horrible, hip, sassy language. And there's just a degree of cynicism in the characters and in the way that the programme is put together.
For Christ's sake, Tony! Tony!
The opening 5 minutes of Skins is just this pointless invective between the Harry Enfield father and the horrible little rat-faced son. And I really want the Harry Enfield dad to just get that kid and punch his face in.
Tony!
So here's something that's happened in 30 years. Look how the kids in Skins greet each other, right? By fondling each other's genitals under a table. This is how children should greet each other, like in Children of the Stones.
Hello. Hello. Can we have a ride?
Where to?
Oh, just round the village. Show you the sights.
It's interesting looking at the different challenges that face the children in these programmes. In The Changes, for example, Nikki has to find her way alone through a Britain that is in a kind of apocalyptic meltdown. And in Skins, Sid has to go and try and get some dope from a dope dealer in a brothel so that he can get a girl so catastrophically spliffed up that she'll have sex with him without realising who he is. I'm really glad I'm not a teenager watching TV for teenagers now, because I would feel really left out by something like Skins. But there's something really comforting for like nerds and weirdos about things like Children of the Stones and The Changes, things that make you feel less alone. And that's a really great thing that art can do. Whereas I think something like Skins would make me, as a teenager, feel more alone.